Chale, what it happened? Chale, what it happened? Make I tell you something. Something made my inside. Get it make out, we get it make out.
Yes, welcome to another episode on Chale, What It Happened with Staga. Today is your first time on this channel. Kindly do well to subscribe. On this channel, we discuss trending topics, entertainment, politics, and education. So before I introduce today's topic, did you know that you had the right to access any information as a Ghanaian? Yes, and this is what we are going to talk about today. We are going to talk about your right to information as a Ghanaian. I'll be right back.
In 2019, the Right to Information Law, Act 989, was passed in Ghana. This law gives everyone the right to access information from any public institution, a right which is already enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
Yes, so as a Ghanaian, you have the right to information. Now, someone will ask, what is the right to information, or what is right to information? Let's start with the Right to Information Act. That is the RTI Act 2019, Act 989. Now, the Right to Information Act 2019, Act 989, is an act to provide for the implementation of the constitutional right of persons to access information held by a public institution, subject to the exemptions that are necessary and consistent with the protection of the public interest in Ghana, to foster a culture of transparency and accountability in public affairs, and to provide for related matters. Yes, basically, the Act 989, RTI Act 2019, is letting you know that as a Ghanaian, you have the right, you get the right to you could go any public institution to request for any information that you want, and it must be given to you, must be granted to you, provided it is not an exempt information. It must be given to you. All right, now let's discuss a few important key points of the RTI Act. Okay, the act aims to improve democratic governance by increasing the accountability of governments. That's one. Also, by increasing the ability of the public to participate in government decision-making processes. Okay. 3. By acknowledging that public authorities collect information for and on behalf of members of the public. 4. And on behalf of members of the public. So, every information that is held by public institutions is not for them. It is actually for the benefit of members of the public, for benefits of you and I, for the benefits of the ordinary Ghanaian. Okay. The next point is checking corruption. The Act seeks to check corruption. Okay. Also, ensuring integrity in governance and ensuring transparent and open governance. If the government is doing anything that you think is corrupt, okay, you have the right to walk to that public institution and request for whatever information that you think will put your mind to rest. All right, you have that right. Like, I want you to know you have that right to request for any information from any public institution. Now, let's talk about your right to information. Let's talk about what the right to information is. All persons have the right to information subject to the provisions of this Act. That is the RTI Act 2019, Act 989 in the 1990 Constitution. Now, the right may be exercised through an application made in accordance with Section 18 of the Act. Now, a person may apply for information without giving a reason for the application. Now, this is very important. So that you know, if you go to any public institution to request for information, you are not required to give the reason. This is interesting, isn't it? You're not required to give the reason why you need the information. You can just request for the information and it should be provided to you, so far as it is not exempt. Okay, so note that. Now, despite subsection 3 above, which states that you don't need to give a reason, where an applicant requests that the application be treated as urgent, the applicant shall state the reason for the urgency. Now, if you walk to any public institution and you request for any information, you don't have to give a reason. But the moment you say this is urgent, you need it urgently, then because certain information are very sensitive, so you provide the reason to justify why the public institution should move heaven and earth to get you that information as soon as possible. Okay, now let's talk about the responsibility of the public institution in respect of the access to information. Okay, what role does the public institution have to play when it comes to your access to information or your right to access information? So first of all, the public institution is supposed to generate, process, maintain and preserve information which is accurate and authentic. Also, the public institution should establish an information unit headed by an information officer who shall facilitate access to information. So when you walk to any public institution with the aim of requesting for an information, when you go there, you look for an information officer who is in charge of right to information activities or access to information activities. They direct you to the person and you make your application. And thirdly, a public institution shall within every 12 months compile and publish an up-to-date information in the form of a manual. So sometimes some information you don't even need to go and request. By this, a public institution is supposed to provide an information manual every 12 months. So any person, any member of the public or any ordinary Ghanaian can walk to any public institution and request for the manual, and you will get information of the public or on the public institution, and you are going to see information about the public institution in the manual. So if you want to know which departments they have, what they do there, everything is supposed to be contained in the manual. So such information, once you have the manual, you don't even need to request for such information. So this is where I want us to end today. On the next episode, I'm going to talk to you about the procedure, how you go about applying for an information. Okay, I'm going to tell you what you need to make a good application. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about what you have to do, where you need to send the application, what you need to do, whether you need to put it in writing or whatnot. Okay, and we are also going to talk about information that cannot be accessed. We call them exempt information. So we'll talk about all this on the next episode. Okay, so know that you have the right to access information. Know that and use it. Okay, until the next episode, stay blessed. Ciao.
Information we are seeing. Oh no, never cost so.
Chale, what